everyone, my name's Sabine Gabauer. I'm a unique incarnated soul, like all of you are. And today I'm here in Penguin, out of all places in the world, which is on the central north coast of Tasmania. It's a beautiful place, as you can see, and in the backdrop we have a beautiful ocean, which you can probably hear. And I've chosen this environment because, well, I'm a triple water creature, so I had to have water somewhere, and being out in nature is just divine. And so I'm here today to talk about the new moon in Aries. And so I've also pulled some tarot cards this morning, and it's very interesting, the card selection that I have pulled, and very accurate. And I asked for loving and beautiful guidance, which, we got that. So, new moon in Aries, so it will be on the 5th of April at 7:50 p.m. here in Australia. The Greenwich Mean Time is 9:50 a.m. So, what does it mean, new moon in Aries? Or what's a new moon in general? So, a new moon means we have new beginnings. We are initiating something. And a big word for any new moon is our intention. So we're looking at where do I want to set my intention towards? What seeds do I wish to plant for them to grow? How I can watch them prospering, merging, moving into a beautiful flower. And so this new moon in Aries, we are asked to initiate something, to start a process, to take action, because Aries is ruled by Mars. We have to act here. We have to drive. We are courageous. We are stepping out, especially when we look back. We just had the whole Mercury retrograde through Pisces. We still have a lot of watery Piscean energies around, which, there could have been a lot of confusion, maybe, a lot of merging of energies. Also, it has to do with completion. Pisces, Neptune rules Pisces. In astrology, it's the 12th house. The 12th house is a house of endings. We know something has to end. We are coming like the Fool in its journey. It's a very heroic journey. And when we enter the 12th house, we know we've experienced everything, the richness of our emotional life. We've gone through so much, and now is the time to we bring all that wisdom, all that inner and outer knowledge that we have gathered to a completion, and we have to honor that. That's a very important thing. We have to be compassionate with ourselves and really honor the process, and know that every ending has a beginning, that everything is a cycle of nature. There is no ending without a new start. We breathe in and we breathe out. And we have this little space in between every breath, between every step. And so and this time is just so crucial to really know ourselves as, yes, I'm perfect, because I am nature, and nature is within me. Anyway, so with all those endings, we now have a new beginning with the sun in Aries. And so with every new moon, we experience that the moon does not reflect. She doesn't reflect her light at this stage, because she's merging with the masculine, with the sun. She's reflective. She's feeling into what is it that what I would like my path to look like. And it's such an invitation to really drop into that and allow to be reflective, but also having the courage to move. And so here with the sun in Aries, so Aries is also is ruled by Mars, as I said, and automatically I'm looking at Mars. What is Mars doing right now? So we have Mars just moved into Gemini. Mars was in Taurus for some time, and Taurus, well, it's grounding, but it's not a lot of movement there. And also the sun was still in Pisces, so there wasn't much moving. But now things are rolling along now, and we can feel our inner urge. We can experience it in the outer world. And so with Mars in Gemini, so it's quite a contrast, and this new moon, it's a very mixed bag. So Mars Gemini rules the pairs in the body. It rules our arms, legs, our hands, and also the nervous system. So being so involved with all the pairs, it means maybe we have to juggle a lot of things. Maybe all of a sudden we're running around doing on the phone, traveling, and there could be a lot coming up. So it's really important to find the place within, to allow all the sign, the planets in water, to give us that dropping into our essence, where we know, where we feel compassion. So with this whole Aries energy, we have to look at Mars. Mars, the ruler of Aries, is now in Gemini. So after Mars moved through Taurus, where there was not a lot happening, because, well, Taurus is grounding, but it's not a mover and shaker. So now we have Mars in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the fleet-footed messenger. We have a lot of movement here. We are maybe running around a lot. We're juggling things. Gemini rules the pairs in the body, our hands, arms, legs, also the nervous system. So we might be juggling many things, and it's really important to be in our center, to really allow the Pisces energy that says, hey, come on, let's just stop, have a breather, do a little meditation if that's what you want to do, or just really be rather than do, and focus maybe one or two tasks at a time, so you're not exhausting yourself too much. And so Mercury Gemini rules the nervous system. It's very crucial, to look after ourselves, because we can be so scattered, and it's very important to stay grounded at the same time. So as I said, this new moon, it's not all beginnings and happy and everything, and we're moving on. There is, of course, we have to look at all the planets that are currently in Capricorn. So we have Saturn, Pluto, and the South Node. They've all been lining up in Capricorn, and the Sun and the Moon will square that stellium. So what does that mean? So being a square, there is tension. Pluto, South Node, Saturn. We have, it's about power. It has to do with what we're doing in the world, and what the collective, what's happening around us, especially with the South Node in Capricorn. So it has to do with the unconscious, collective unconscious, what is coming up for us. And also with, there could be power struggles, because we are stepping more and more into our own power, which is beautiful. And that also allows us to be amazing ourselves, to be a powerful being that we came here for, and allowing everyone else, every other being, to be powerful as well. So there could be some struggles coming up, internal, external. We feel a lot of change. And with the South Node in Capricorn, old things have to rise. They have to rise for healing. So we know this is no longer serving me on my journey. I'm walking my path of truth more and more. And we have to, maybe we have to practice more of a fierce kind of love, which is very important. So it can create tension that way. But also with Saturn being so strong, it gives us the endurance, it gives us the stamina to really move on, to be on our journey that is ultimately beautifully successful, where because we have the determination, we stick with it, we have a plan, we want to organize, and slowly we're putting it together. So this is beautiful also. And so then we have still Jupiter in Sagittarius in its own realm. So that gives us a lot of enthusiasm. We have adventurism. And again, it has to do with truth. There is so much at the moment, or this whole year, to living our truth, our unique blueprint. We have to be in our own mandala, in the center, and have that connection, that cosmic connection with all the Pisces energy, and with Jupiter in Sagittarius. It gives us, we're seeking the truth. And then this new moon and the sun in about a week's time will be trining Jupiter, which is beautiful. So from then we might feel the beauty and the grace and stepping into our own power more and more. So this is fantastic. So now I would like to look at the cards that I pulled and this morning, and I just love it, because so with the sun in Aries, I got the card called ripeness. So here we are ripe and ready. We are maturing. We are stepping out. We want to have fun. We feel the change. We feel the creative tension. It's a good thing. It's of course the tension is there, and we might feel a bit of anxiety also with Mars in Gemini, nervous system, so we can feel a bit anxious, but we are ready and ripe. Then the other card is called no thingness. So, well, again, with all the energies, a lot of water and also earth, we know, well, we're connected to the thingness of it, to matter, but also strongly connected to spirit. So we're bringing it together. And so we know I'm everything and no thing. And I just love it, because this is the place where we don't judge. We are just pure beingness, and which reflects our very essence. And how wonderful. We go beyond illusion. We had maybe a lot of illusion and confusion with Mercury retrograde, and we're going beyond illusion, maybe also through the balance of the Capricorn planets that give us a reality check and say, well, our actions, there is consequence. We're aware of time, and so the more we step inside, the more beyond illusion. Totally transformative, the whole process, the whole year. A beach is set down here. What does it all mean? The goddess just came for transformation, so that's awesome. Thank you. There's a lot of change, and we cannot ignore it anymore. And it's exciting and necessary. We're doing it. I got the card of the miser, the lady that has a lot of possessions here, and I was thinking with that about Uranus and Taurus, because we are reminded of our connection with Gaia, with earthly things, material things, possessions, our income, how do I identify myself, and also the transformation is partly, I mean, I love Uranus and Taurus, it's so rich, and the transformation is also, how do I identify myself? Is it through how I introduce myself? Hi, I'm John Smith, I'm a banker, or whatever. And so, and this asks for simplicity. It's the beauty of the transformation has a lot to do with simplicity, basic things, and still being in the world, which is full of things, and not just know things, but finding that balance, and that's awesome. And then I pulled another one. It's silence. We do need time for ourselves. We do need to retreat when we feel like it, and it's important to create that space for ourselves, to have beautiful Venus in Pisces who holds that container for us, where we can just be. We can be that creative, beautiful self that we are inside. It's very important. And the last card is past lives. I very much connected to the South Node in Capricorn because we bring a lot of old things come up. Collective, individual. It has to do, with a knowing on this multi-dimensional deal here that we chose, and so I think that could come up as a theme to what is. I mean, I see the past lives not as a linear, it's as a multi-dimensional occurrence, but more in a way what's coming up for me that is no longer serving me, and just allow it, be compassionate, and feel into who do I want to become more of, and what is my essence again. Yeah, I really like the card spread. It's very affirming of the richness of everything. We have all the elements together with this new moon. Not a lot of air, which Mars is the only planet in air. We have, but we have all the planets, all the elements. Yeah, everything is here for us to shine our light onto ourselves and out into the world and be our most beautiful selves that we are here for. And so that's that was a little summary of this new moon energy. And also in the end, I would like to let you know that I will be doing a series called Illumine the Liminal, where I would like to shine light onto the threshold that we are going through. And one of the big planetary shifts at the moment, I mean, there's so much going on, and two things I want to focus on is the ingress of Uranus into Taurus for the next 7 years, and also the ingress of Chiron into Aries, because there is so much healing there, and it has to do with our own inner masculine and feminine. And I feel really excited about so much change and so much potential over the next 7 to 8 years. So I would like to talk about that in one of my next talks. Thanks so much for listening. Lots of love to all of you, many blessings, and I hope you have a most beautiful day. Thank you very much.